Let's bring in senior political analyst Brit Hume. Good evening, Brit. I want to talk to you about the Hunter Biden story. We've talked about the media angle here, but obviously this investigation is continuing. Here's another piece of Chuck Grassley today.
We can only expose the records that show that $5 million went from people in China to the Bidens, Hunter Biden. We just follow the money and the facts where they lead us, and we aren't done with this yet. We'll probably be making some more revelations yet this week in Senate speeches.
And we'll be looking for those revelations. What do you make of this story?
Well, I think it's pretty clear, Brett, that it's not just allegations of influence peddling. I mean, clearly, Hunter Biden was peddling whatever influence was available to him through his father. They didn't hire Hunter Biden because of his noted skills in any particular area. This is the son, whatever else he may be, is a pretty dissolute character who's never really distinguished himself in any way and would be an unlikely person for a foreign government or foreign governments to hire to help them in Washington. He was hired, obviously, because his father was at the time vice president. And for the president now to say that, well, he never knew anything about, he said this all along, he never knew anything about his son's business dealings or his brother's business dealings in the same arenas, is a little hard to believe. After all, Hunter Biden flew into China with the vice president on Air Force Two. What did they have the whole trip, and the father never asked his son what he was doing over there? I mean, it just doesn't hold together.
Yeah, and the Washington Post comes out over the weekend with this kind of contrition. The Hunter Biden story is an opportunity for a reckoning. Why is confirmation of a story that first surfaced in the fall of 2020 emerging only now? Twitter blocked the story altogether. Facebook downranked the story in algorithms. This series of events has prompted allegations of a cover-up or at best a double standard. The lesson learned from 2016 was evidently to err on the side of setting aside questionable material in the heat of a political campaign. The lesson learned from 2020 may be, well, that there is a danger of suppressing accurate and relevant stories. That's from the editorial board of the Washington Post, which, by the way, the header is "Democracy Dies in Darkness."
In darkness, right. Well, when is it not a bad idea to suppress accurate and relevant stories? It always is, of course. And this was, as it turns out, and a lot of us thought so at the time, an accurate and relevant story that broke in the New York Post with lots of detail, lots of facts alleged. And the mainstream media, it's not just Twitter and Facebook, which disgracefully refused to allow the story to appear on their sites, but it was also newspapers, including the Washington Post and notably the New York Times as well, other mainstream media outlets that refused to follow up on it, as you normally would do. Another publication, another news outlet breaks a story. It's a relevant story in the middle of a political campaign. Allegations are serious. You can run them down, and you don't make a blanket judgment without investigating as to whether the story is true or false or valid or not. That's not what happened here. And of course, you had those ex-intelligence agents, officials, 50 or so of them, that came out and said that it smacked of Russian disinformation. We now know it certainly was not, and that they're saying so was pure speculation and politically motivated. I think it's pretty clear, and I think the newspapers and others that covered this story up and refused to follow it up did so for political reasons as well. They did not want Joe Biden to lose to Donald Trump, and that was the bottom line.
And quickly, Britt, you're a avid Twitter user. Do you think Twitter changes with Elon Musk as its largest shareholder?
I think so, and I think that's a good thing. I think it'll be a more open platform, and this kind of monkey shines that they've been doing, where they suppress certain stories and cancel people and shut them down and so forth, needs to go away. Look, whether you're a fan of Donald Trump or not, it's not a good idea for the former president of the United States not to speak on, one of the most important communications platforms in America, which Twitter certainly is, and profits from being. So I think that things may change at Twitter. I noticed that one Twitter big shot said he was quitting because he didn't want to work for Elon Musk. And I suspect that in the eyes of many, that's good news.
All right, Britt, as always, thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.